Pikmin 2, my favorite game of the bunch. This game contains some of the best and worst moments in Pikmin history. The bosses are no exception, with some of them being remembered by gamers around the world, either in a positive view or a negative view. And I'm gonna be ranking them all. Yes, you heard me. I'm gonna be ranking each and every boss in Pikmin 2. I'm gonna warn you, there are some spoilers for Pikmin 2. Anyways, let's get into the ranking. Out of all the bosses that Pikmin 2 has to offer, I already know which one of the 12 is gonna be in dead last. It's obviously the Emperor Bulblex. Seriously, you want proof? Just look at this.
Bruh.
Just look how fast it is to kill the dude. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Shame on this thing. Definitely deserves the last place spot. Next. Another boss that has really fallen off. In Pikmin 1, this dude was intimidating. Now in Pikmin 2, they took away a lot of the stuff that made the beady longlegs good. Like, for example, this thing used to be challenging. Now it's just easy. And number 2, when you fight the thing, it's less intimidating, losing it some unique points. The only thing they didn't get rid of is you still need yellow Pikmin to kill it quicker, so at least that's one good thing. That's all that's left. Well, at least it isn't as ruined as the Emperor Bulblex, I'll give it that. Moving on to number 10. We just escaped the bad. Now, it's time for the okay. The Raging Bloister is a pretty mediocre boss. It has a pretty cool concept, whereas it targets the captain depending on which light its eyes and tail glow. And depending on the captain you play as, it glows that said color. Like for example, if you play as Captain Olimar, the Raging Bloister's eyes and tail will glow red, therefore targeting him. I honestly kind of like that concept. Unfortunately for it, the fact that it has the same amount of health as the Emperor Bulblex pretty much is what puts it at number 10. Plus, if you know how this boss works, you could easily cheese it by constantly swapping between the two captains. In the shower room, break one wall but not the other. Guide one of the captains near the wall that is not broken, and the other into the arena it's in. Don't forget to bring your purple Pikmin. Well, you can bring any Pikmin in general, but I recommend purple Pikmin. They're the best for this fight. In Hole of Heroes, after you deal with the cannon beetles, just guide one captain in front of it and the other behind. The one behind the Bloister is the one that has the Pikmin with them. So overall, this is a unique but easy fight, placing it at number 10. Next up is the Burrowing Snagret. Out of all of the bosses that appeared in the previous game, the Burrowing Snagret got nerfed the least. That does not mean it didn't get nerfed a lot. First of all, with the new addition of Purple Pikmin, this thing doesn't feel as hard as it used to be. Number 2, they chopped down a lot of the Burrowing Snagret's health. From 2,800 to 1,500, dang. Another thing, this doesn't really have to do with a nerf, but you fight the Snagret not once, not twice, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Just quit fighting me already, you're not gonna win. Maybe if we fought this guy less often, maybe it would be higher. maybe if like Nintendo like took out 3 of the 4 Snagret fights in the Snagret hole, and also took out the one in the overworld of Awakening Wood, I would have definitely preferred that. But there are some positives to this boss. It's still a fun and engaging battle. Not as much as in Pikmin 1, but it still is. Another thing is, there's an okay chance that you're gonna lose a Pikmin to this thing, unlike the previous 3 bosses. So at least it has a hint of challenge. So that's the reason why it's not below the others. But it's still not any higher. This boss gets number 9. Found at the bottom of the Hole of Heroes is the Raging Longlegs. It's a decent boss, I can tell you that. On one hand, it takes the inspiration from the beady Longlegs fight, which we ranked before, while also giving it something new. That being a brand new attack where it gets really mad and stomps really fast. That's something new that you didn't really see in the beady Longlegs fight. A little bit of inspiration can make some pretty cool stuff. On the other hand, due to how slow it is and how big its head is, you wouldn't really want to call it hard. It literally pants every time after it does its anger attack. That gives you enough time to throw a lot of your Pikmin at it. Plus, once it shakes, you gotta call your Pikmin and go to the exact opposite side pretty much. Or at least far away from it. This goes for double if you use Spicy Spray. In that case, it becomes as easy as the beady Longlegs. Other than those 2 points, there isn't really much else to talk about. I don't know, it just looks like the beady Longlegs, but black and thick. I don't know, that doesn't really subtract or add anything to the fight. So overall, nice spin on the beady Longlegs, but underwhelming and easy way to end off the Hole of Heroes.
Olimar,
why do I hear fart noises? Oh, Louie, I have no idea. I'm probably gonna check where they're coming from. Signs of no. Oh! That's right. Next up is the big mama herself, the Empress Bulblax. Right now, we're on the section where these bosses are pretty good, not gonna lie. And starting off that category is the Empress Bulblax. The first time you ever see it is in the Hole of Beasts, the second cave in the game, meaning that this is the first ever boss you come across in Pikmin 2. And I say that fight was pretty okay. Not bad for a starter boss. It's a pretty simple fight. You throw Pikmin at it, it will shake, you call back your Pikmin, it will do its roll attack, and rinse and repeat. The second time you fight it is in Frontier Cavern. And more people remember this fight than the Hole of Beasts fight. It has one new attack. That attack being giving birth to literal Bulbor babies. No, I am not joking. It poops out literal infants. Those said infants will gobble up your Pikmin in one bite, so be careful. You gotta take them down immediately. The best way to do so is using your fists. Yes, punch the little babies. I didn't even know Nintendo could be this cool. This battle is far more dangerous and engaging than the previous one. I like that. The third and last time you fight it is in the Hole of Heroes, where it has another brand new attack. That attack being giant rocks falling from the ceiling every time it hits a wall. And that was pretty cool. I kinda like the fact that every time you fight it, a brand new attack is added to its moveset, so like, no 2 fights are the same. So overall, a pretty good boss, but the top 6, I prefer more. Only appearing once in the entire Pikmin game other than the final boss is the segmented Cropster. In my opinion, it's kind of a tough decision between this thing, the Pileated Snagret, the Waterwraith, and the Man at Legs, because all 4 of them are great in their own ways. But unfortunately, I had to have a decision. And my decision was placing the segmented Cropster at number 6. The segmented Cropster is a really good fight. It combines the ideas of the Empress Bulblax, the Ranging Bloister, and the Decorated Cannon Beetle, puts them in the blender, and the result is a very creative battle against a giant rolling crab thing. It's also challenging at first, until you get the hang of it. That's basically how I experienced this boss. I used to struggle on this boss when I first played this, probably because I had a Dandori issue and I did not know its patterns. But now that I do, and I got the hang of the boss, I like it now. That proves if you try again and again, it will not seem as hard. Okay, back to the reasons. Its roll attack is pretty cool and probably the main thing about this boss. The only problem is it's a little too fast, but it's a late game boss, so I can't complain. Another cool concept is its idea. The idea of getting it to ram into a wall and like reveal its weak spot, which is its stomach, which basically has never been done before in a Pikmin game, is actually pretty cool. One flaw I have with it is probably the fact that it didn't return. I kind of at least want this boss to return in a challenge mode. It would have been actually pretty cool to see more of this cool idea of a boss. This boss definitely deserves to return. So overall, this boss is really great. It's cool, creative, and fun. It's just, I kind of wish this boss would return. It definitely deserves it. Also, I had a bad experience with it, but that doesn't matter anymore. Plus, in my opinion, it's outclassed by the top 5. We have now arrived at the top 5 Pikmin 2 bosses, in my opinion. These ones are really, really, really good. Whether they have multiple ways to defeat them other than Spicy Spray and Bitter Spray, or they look really cool, or they're intense and epic, or any other reason, these 5 have their own reasons to be good. And unfortunately, at the bottom of the top 5 is the creature that has scarred multiple gamers for life. The creature that will haunt your dreams. The Waterwraith. Basically, throughout the entire cave, this thing is hunting you down. It wants you dead. And is probably the reason why Submerged Castle is a great cave. I kind of like the Waterwraith because of how intimidating it is. Its mere presence in the sub-levels kind of punishes you for not collecting all of the treasures in that sub-level in time. Kind of tells you that in some cases you gotta hurry. Also, you don't have anything to defend yourself with. None of your Pikmin stand a chance against this thing. It's invincible. That is, until you get to sub-level 5. In that sub-level, there's 2 candy pop buds that allow you to get purple Pikmin. That is the creature's weakness. And that's your chance to turn the tables. After all the stuff it's put you through, you finally get the sweet taste of revenge. The Waterwraith reveals its inner cowardice. If you just count the final battle of the Waterwraith, it's very easy. And its second phase is really harmless. If that part is just counted, then it's number 10 or 11. But I'm counting all of the times the Waterwraith has appeared, including its chase, which is why it's at number 5 and not lower. This boss is one of those bosses where I don't really have much to say about them. So overall, this boss is spooky and good. And that is why I put the Waterwraith at number 5. My next opinion is a really hot take, so just beware. I like the pileated Snagret. Wait. Let me explain. I like the pileated Snagret because there's multiple ways other than spicy and bitter spray to take out the thing, instead of only just one. Both ways are pretty balanced from each other and don't ruin the difficulty of the pileated Snagret. The first strategy is attacking the pileated Snagret head-on, especially with yellow Pikmin. It's a faster way of defeating the boss, but you're more likely to lose Pikmin. The second strategy is waiting in the corner until the pileated Snagret's head gets stuck whilst it's emerging from the ground. If it ever pops out without its head getting stuck, you stay in the corner. But whenever its head does get stuck, you attack it. It's a safer way and you're less likely to lose Pikmin to the boss, but it's a more slower way of defeating it. This boss actually requires you to think which strategy you need to take.
Psst, we're gonna see another boss that does that as well at number 2.
If you want to take the easy route or be a mad lad, option 1 is best for you. But if you want to play this deathless, then the second option is best for you. Unless if you're speedrunning it deathless. Then you're screwed. In the whole of Heroes, you have to think even harder. And that's because of the dang sand pit. That makes trying to choose those options a bit more painful. That's kind of where its flaws show up. It's a very aggressive boss, therefore kind of being slightly annoying, in my opinion. Other than that, the pros outweigh the cons, and I still think this is a superior version of the burrowing Snagret. Not only does it require strategy, but it's also more intimidating, challenging, and thrilling, in my opinion. Also, Snagrets are goated. Changed my mind. Adding all that up gives it the number 4 placement, in my opinion. Barely missing out on the top 3.
Oh.
It's a spider with a gun. Doesn't that sound fun? We have finally made it to the top 3 Pikmin 2 bosses, in my opinion. And taking the bronze medal is the Man at Legs. The Man at Legs has the coolest boss concept in all of Pikmin for now. Like a biomechanical spider with a gun? You cannot tell me this isn't cool. It even takes advantage of that because its main attack is shooting you. And due to that, you gotta hide behind one of the walls to even have a chance of survival. Because if you don't, say bye-bye to all your Pikmin. And the fact that its projectiles come at high speeds makes it 10 times more threatening. Heck, I'd even say this thing is one of the most dangerous enemies, let alone bosses, in the entire Pikmin franchise. And this boss is one of the times where purple Pikmin are useless. Which is pretty good because purple Pikmin in Pikmin 2 are pretty abundant. And this thing is kind of one of the reasons why sometimes purple Pikmin aren't the best choice. And it's even harder in Whole of Heroes because only the blue Pikmin and the Bulbmin are actually required for the fight. And that is because there is water surrounding the center of the arena. Which kind of makes it more challenging, but also more tedious than in Subterranean Complex. If you combine all those things together, you get the Man at Legs, my pick for the number 3 spot. That means there are 2 more bosses I haven't ranked yet, which both of them are super duper amazing. But unfortunately, there has to be a runner-up, which is
Louie.
Why'd the music stop? Wait a minute. Oh no. At number 2 is the final boss of Pikmin 2. Yes, that's right. The Titan Dweevil. And it definitely deserves the title because, oh my goodness, it's thrilling, challenging, exciting, and it definitely never gets old when you fight it. I love this thing. Heck, I'd even say this is one of my favorite final bosses in any video game I've ever played. And here is why. The Titan Dweevil takes all the elemental hazards you come across in Pikmin 2 and takes them to the max. Each and every one of the 4 treasures it holds are the most powerful and deadly versions of those respective hazards. The flare cannon is the strongest version of fire, the monster pump is the strongest version of water, the comedy bomb, poison, and the shock therapist is electricity. And the cool little detail that I kinda like is that if you damage the weapon enough, the attack will be different and will be more difficult to deal with. Another cool thing is that the music changes whenever you get rid of a weapon. That makes the battle more climatic, and it gives you the feeling that every time you get rid of a treasure that holds, you're closer and closer to killing it. And that feels like all the removed treasures are checkpoints for you, which I think they are. Actually, no, they are. And whenever you get rid of all of its treasures, it becomes powerless, defenseless. It begs you not to kill it. It will do anything for you to not to kill it. But you still have to in order to return Louie to Hockatate Freight. And that, I don't know if it's unironically or ironically, is the best part. It feels very climactic. And it feels like you are at the very end. You feel the power inside of you. I would have listed far more reasons why the Titan Dweevil is a goated boss, but it's probably going to take very long to do so. So overall, Titan Dweevil is an amazing final boss, and an amazing boss overall, but yet, it is not number 1. That title has to go to at number 1, you know him. He is the bread. He is the bug. He is the giant Breadbug. You may think it was a tight battle between the Titan Dweevil and this thing, but the truth is, it's not even close. It's not even the competition, actually. And here's my reason why the giant Breadbug is the best Pikmin 2 boss. It's because of 2 words. Big bread. And that, my friends, is why this little Skrunkletons is the best of the Pikmin 2 bosses. Unfortunately, this is where the video ends. And I have concluded my ranking of each and every boss in Pikmin 2. You can disagree with my opinion as long as you don't bash it. Don't be like that one guy who thinks only his opinion is right and other opinions come from the deepest pits of hell. You get what I mean? Anyways, this is basically the end of this video, and goodbye.